What's up guys, Killer West here, back at it again with another game review, and today it's going to be Enlisted. I'm not sponsored by Enlisted and I'm not getting paid by them, so you can trust that I'm going to give you an honest opinion. But before we get into anything else, let's just roll this nasty clip. Alright, now that I've showed you what the game is capable of, it's time to get into the pros and cons of the game. But first off, we have to know, what is Enlisted? According to Enlisted's website, Enlisted is an MMO squad-based shooter for PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5 in a World War II where you act as an infantry squad leader, tank crew, or an aircraft pilot. The weaponry, soldier's uniform, appearance, and capabilities of the vehicles in the game are in line with historical facts. So that's great. If you like the kind of MMO first-person shooter that's historically accurate, this might be a game that you'd be interested in. So that leads me to my first pro. This game attempts to be very historically accurate. The guns that you would use as an American or the guns that you would use as a German all seem to be very accurate in my opinion. In this clip, I'm using a Kar 98 with a scope attachment to basically wreck these guys. And that leads me to my second pro. Sniping in this game is just amazing. The sniping in this game just feels crisp. It feels great. It almost feels like kind of like a Battlefield type sniping, or maybe even PUBG type sniping. I'm not a huge sniper, but playing this game made me want to learn more about it and get better at it. My third pro is going to be that this is squad-based play, at least what I'm playing right here. So you have yourself that's playing, and then you have your squad mates that are AI controlled, that once you die, you'll spawn into them. And the reason I like this so much is that you can die, but spawn into your teammate that's next to you and keep fighting and possibly get that revenge on the person that killed you. So right here you can see I get downed. I try to use my med kit, but I can't because he killed me. My squad mate's literally right behind, and I get to spawn to him and try and get revenge, but I miss. But I hope that kind of explains how I can give you a lot of different opportunities to get revenge on the people that kill you. My next pro is going to be just how good the game looks. If you look at me here looking over the battlefield, everything looks crisp. When I look in and I'm trying to snipe people, there's no haze or any kind of like drop off where I can't see them. I can see them quite well. Right here is another pro. If you get killed and you have a med pack, you can use that med pack to pick yourself back up. Just because you get shot doesn't mean that you're done playing that position or that player. Which is really similar to Battlefield, except you don't need someone to pick you up, or a teammate can pick you up. Another pro is that the map is big, but it's not too big. If you look here, you basically get an overview of the whole map. It's not huge, but it's not small. It still gives you opportunities to move around and get on top of different positions or attack different objectives from different ways, other than like the COD style where it's 3 lanes and that's all you have to attack with. This last pro is probably going to be really debated for a lot of you guys. When you get on a big mounted gun like this, it freaking slaughters people. I mean, like 2 hits and they're dead. And this is keeping with the realistic type play. But I really enjoy that because in real life, that's how it plays. You're not going to get hit with a light machine gun or a huge gun like this and take 8 hits and then not die. But before you guys say, "Oh, Killer, it's so overpowered, I hate it, this game sucks," there's a cool thing built into the game where if you're on the gun too long, it automatically breaks the gun and kicks you off of it, like right here. So I can't use it anymore. And of course, I suck without it, so I die. And last but not least, I like that you can actually destroy vehicles in this game. They're not so OP that you can't blow them up, like in Warzone. If I throw a C4 at a car, it should blow up. And in this game, tanks aren't overpowered. If you throw explosives at it, they will blow up. And you know, there's a few more pros that I could have listed out, but I wanted to just get the main ones out. Now, onto the cons. At times, this game can feel kind of blocky, not really smooth. Especially like Modern Warfare, which I'm spoiled with, that game feels really smooth. This game, not so much. And to be honest, I'm not 100% sure if it's because I haven't dialed in my settings correctly yet, or if it's just how the game is. I've spent maybe 10 hours playing the game or more, and it just feels a little blocky sometimes. My next con for the game would have to be the AI system. I don't know how they configured it, but sometimes the bots are really botty and other times they're almost like pros. Right here, I'm just destroying the AI. I'm basically, you know, waist up available. This guy has a great shot on me, but never gets the chance. Same with that guy. But in other situations, the AI is like almost God in the game. And I'll roll that clip here. I'm shooting these guys from a good, maybe, I'll say 400 meters away. And when I scope in again, this AI is just already aimed in at me. How does he know I'm there? Like, if regular players don't know that I'm there, how does the AI just detect that I'm there? I understand that it's AI and it knows basically where everyone is and plays a certain way, but there should be a tweak for the AI to not be like that. And again, I'm gonna get up and start shooting again, and then the AI instantly knows where I am. Now, that may not actually be an AI player, it may be a real player, but it just seems unlikely with no sniper glint or anything like that that they know exactly where I am. And finally, my last con for the game would probably be that so far the tanks feel useless. I don't really have any footage of the tanks just because I didn't have time to get it in before I made this video, but it didn't play that well, especially for controller, maybe for PC though. And now I'm gonna give you my overall impressions of the game. If I was to honestly rate this game, I would rate it an 8 out of 10 in the state that it is now. The game is new. Everyone has to realize that, and it's free to play. And I have to give the Gaijin Studio credit that, as you can see here with this screenshot, they are actively listening to the community and updating the game. It's not stagnant. It's not taking a week for the game to get updated. And honestly, if you don't think that's a huge deal, it is. If you think about like Call of Duty or Warzone, they don't update the game that often and that fast. I mean, it may come every week on a Tuesday or something like that, but if there's a major game-breaking problem, it's very rare that they take care of it very fast. And it seems like this studio is trying to take care of the problems in the game and make it more fun for all of us. I really admire that, and I look for that in the studio, and I'm proud to support a company that will actively try to make the game better for its players. And that honestly gave this game 0.5 more points than I was going to give it. I was originally going to give it a 7.5, but because of that, I decided to make it an 8. But that's all from me, guys. I wanted to make this short, concise, and give you guys just the facts. If you liked the video, be sure to like it. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe. Let me know down below what you think of the game, if you've played it, or if you've only watched the review now. I'll be sure to see you guys on the next one. Peace.